Hey everyone, welcome to the Clips channel. Did you know this isn't our main channel? Yeah, you should subscribe over and find our main videos and our streams as well. We also have a podcast that you can find wherever podcasts can be found, so explore the internet. See you there.
Are you ready to talk to Genmai?
Yeah, sure.
That's my favorite character from Shadowbringers.
There we go.
I definitely remember everything about him.
He's the one who, I think he's the one who took us out to Amarang.
Gave us the Amaro.
Yeah.
What do I got?
Look at the beautiful color of the drink Katie brought me.
Oh, what is that?
Look at it. This is a Naked and Famous. Hopefully we'll get famous tonight, but we will not be getting naked.
Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come in search of an Amaro. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in the city could tell you, he is a man of wisdom and compassion, and many untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folks to plunder the tower for resources. He has imposed no restrictions upon us, but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day, the Crystal Tower may vanish, as suddenly as it arrived.
I guess we got round to other places. I'm gonna take the teleporter to the...
I guess so. I'll
thing.
follow you.
Yeah.
The thing? What thing?
I thought we were at the Amaro launch, but I guess we're in the garden.
Tuna, Val, it is good to see you awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken rule and all that. If anyone has fresh insights to share, then it would be Captain Lyna, I'd say. She lost her parents to an eater attack not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you decide to talk to Lyna, she'll be at her usual post at the Ancestor Gate. Ooh, we get to talk to Lyna.
Yeah.
Also, did we already know that? Did we know? I don't think we knew that he raised her.
I mean, yeah, it's not a shock. By
We're
any
going to
means,
Cabinet of Curiosity first, though, because we got to talk to someone there.
Yeah. But definitely not something we knew ahead of time, but the story did a good job of her, hanging out in the Crystarium, being there a lot when the Exarch was there, like, they did a good job getting that building, so when they do tell you, like, oh, yeah. Subtext.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshading?
Foreshading.
Foreshade.
Oh, was there something else you needed? If you've come for the results of my research in this persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell you as of yet. Records pertaining to the Exarch, well, I need no documentation to relay what little I know of his history, if that is what interests you. Less than a decade has passed since coming of the flood when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or Vobertites, fleeing their ruined homes. And together they founded the city which would become the Crystarium. Some, though, it call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal addresses. Thus did the people consider his what now?
Scintillating
Skin, so like the tower he had summoned, and they bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for the true name, well, 'twould seem that is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day.
Sparkling or shining brightly.
Ah. I'm just riding the sads, man. I like it.
I'm riding the sets too.
Yeah. Very much to say. But clearly our hope is coming from the possibility of saving the Crystal Exarch if possible. Pullmanster switch all over again.
Do you cop to the Twitter tradition of watching David Lynch tell you the weather on Friday?
Who? No, I don't know.
Famous director David Lynch. Oh,
No.
well, someone did a cut. He does
like
the
a
weather
Bones
every
thing?
Friday.
Like
It was
no
a
bones?
Friday. It was something he started doing on during the pandemic. He still does it. Anyway, someone took all of them and just overlaid them and played them all together, and it's just indistinguishable noise.
Ah.
It's wonderful. Yeah. You really, boy, there's so many things I want to force you to watch, and Twin Peaks is probably second place under Breaking Bad.
Interesting. I did like literally play nothing but MOBAs for like 20 years there, so I don't really know much about the world. But I know Dota and I know Heroes of the Storm. That's
Okay, fair. And whatever anime you were consuming at
And
the time.
whatever anime I would watch,
And
yes.
Dungeons and Dragons
And
3rd
Dungeon-
edition.
Yep, and 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Specifically, 3rd edition. All right, Lyna. Tuna, I was not told you had awoken.
I think that's pretty
And
good.
Val. Sorry, Val.
I think it was great.
A welcome surprise. Now, if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Calusia, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. Oh, that seems important. It opens a door in the Ocular to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. Kyle's getting excited. He's about to see a new room in the Crystarium.
Called the umbilical cord, Umbilicus. Man, it could be Crystal Exarch on the wall. I've been asking for the wall.
He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters is descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Vothri loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, Val, Tuna, I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have to come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Ah, I see I am not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Have some money.
I agree with you, Blue Wolf. 100%. I'm like properly dead inside right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh my god, Blowfog, you are hunky. That is a hunky ass glam. My god.
hunky. Wait, in game here?
Hunky, yeah. Look at Blowfog glam. Just, ooh.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He's got
yeah.
a beautiful little window to your pecs there. It's wonderful. Excuse me, could you move your dragon, please?
Monster Hunter, please step aside. You're on top of Lyna, Monster Hunter.
Good night.
Maybe they're not with us. Maybe they're just doing the quest.
Dragon ass.
They're just doing the quest. Okay, maybe they are with us.
It is a little presumptuous of us, Kyle, to assume that every
That
single
is true.
person around
Yeah.
here is here to watch the stream.
That is true.
Come, meet me in the Ocular, and I will unlock the door within. Oh, you're not going to trust us with the key?
Well, it is her key from her grandpa, you know.
On brand.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, we could pour it, but
Yeah, no, let's
Where's the fun
ride.
in that?
Let's ride. We got everyone's
Let's
riding. Let's
ride.
ride. You did a really good, Lyna. That was really good.
I'm doing a vague accent. That's all I got.
Want you to know that you do a good Lyna, and you're my friend Garrett.
Oh,
my good friend.
oh my God! Oh, it's happening! It's happening! I want you to know, Kyle. You're pretty cool.
Thank you. I would extended fist bump with you.
Dude, the next time we're in person,
Really
we have
let
to
it
do a skit
linger.
like that. We have got to do a skit like that
Yeah.
next time we're in the same room together.
Really let it linger. We should do it with green screen, just like try to make it work, make it real. Well, you know,
That would be so much work
the
for such a
graphics kind of,
stupid
you know,
gag.
it's like when Oriange was Pat and Reen, you know, like the hand was kind of moving around
It
and
didn't quite
didn't
register.
quite line up. We could do it with green screen. It would work. We just,
Oh my God! I'm
brighten
gonna
it
get
up.
one of those tiny little LED lights, and we can press it in between our hands, so it's
Yeah.
glowing in between our hands.
exactly.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Come for a visit. Come for a visit. I know it's such an easy ask.
Yes. We'll be together
It's-
soon.
Everybody loves traveling with infants. Everyone's a big fan.
I've heard
I
tell of
can't
this.
get my buddy who lives 45 minutes away to visit with his newborn.
It's kind of a big, 45 minutes long drive.
Yeah. He informed me that they live in a 30-minute radius around their home.
Yep. Yeah, you have a range. You have a range.
Uh-huh. Master Tuna, father. The captain said to expect you.
Arr.
Enter.
The Crystarium.
Oh, we probably should have sunk that up.
I think it'll be okay. She'll probably talk soon after we get in.
I have unlocked the door to the Umbilicus. You are free to enter.
You were correct, sir.
Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
You have what you require.
Cool. We're just gonna be cryptic.
Yeah.
Now's the perfect time to be cryptic.
Well, they don't know what's in there.
Oh, Kyle's already on board. There's a shit ton of
I love
books.
books.
Now we just need candles.
Yeah.
Looks like a construct of some sort,
Yeah. Some sort of screen-like device.
like a terminal. Oh boy. Is it gonna be a first-person echo?
That would be interesting.
Nope.
Orin? No, Oriange.
It's Grahatia hanging out with Oriange.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then.
Oh, he rolls the R. Graha.
By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star.
He's from the future.
Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
It's Oriange, you know it's big.
Yeah.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly.
A great way to say I don't get it. Can you explain?
But where to begin?
Like I'm 5, please.
I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope, we are finished. Mankind is finished." Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and in doing so...
So he is a time traveler.
roused its
Yeah.
caretaker, me.
He's Kyle from Terminator.
A little bit, yeah.
They could send one back. I mean, he was already, like, in the tower and stuff.
By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity.
So that's coming back to stop it from ever happening.
Yeah.
This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
I'm gonna do a Doctor Who edit on the next video.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
It was by design.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
So
Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will
they were
unravel.
correct.
Surely
doing a
thou hast
paradox here.
foreseen this.
Yeah.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward, 'tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him. The Warrior of Light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The Warrior of Light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero.
I'm looking at my sword. Are you looking at a weapon of yours?
No, I think it's just a samurai sword from...
Oh, just by happy coincidence.
Yeah,
okay.
it looks a lot like yours.
Time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs, where his deeds joyously retold.
Oh, it's Hien's sword. Okay, similar guard.
For many,
Look like
these
the girl who
stories
fell.
are the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden
Brianji is
with
all of
me,
us.
and
Yeah.
what wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice?
So did Orianji even have the vision, or is he just recanting what
you
Grahad
yourself
told
who
him?
convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First.
Interesting question.
Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent.
Yep.
A
There you go.
prophetic
Yeah.
vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the rift.
Orianji, you are a good liar.
I was about to dig through the video files once
Is
it was
this
over, so...
truly thy wish?
Thank you for a straight answer. Why?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Damn, dude, that's a bomb drop.
Yeah.
Now, if you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case.
I like that.
What do you mean to do?
You have to be a hero. You can't go getting emotional. Otherwise, you might change. You gotta control yourself.
Well, then I think that last option is for you, Kyle.
Oh.
But I'm all about my boy Graha, so I'm going number 2.
I like 3. I do like 3.
Which should I pick, Zelda?
What's Zelda gonna pick?
Well, you pick. Oh, rescue the Exarch.
Oh, okay.
Yes, okay. We'll rescue the Exarch. Yes, we will. Yes, we will, my
All
baby
right.
girl.
All right, count us
All
down.
right. 3, 2, 1. Jesus. Yeah. My baby girl, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Your breath, man. Oh, my God.
Then we should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere. Hidden beneath the waves.
Ooh, underwater city, nice.
We're going underwater?
Yeah.
What in the Stormblood is happening?
There's just a bunch of turtle folk down there.
They were working on the story for this, and they're like, wait, we didn't use our new swimming tech at all.
Okay, I do have questions for Garrett here. So chat, please do not
Smiles, no answers.
Yes. So Sid was the leader of getting the mission put together, if you will. He was what was his name in Terminator? Kyle something. Kyle Reese. He was the Kyle Reese of sorts.
Yes.
But instead of sending himself back, he died by that point, and the Crystal Exarch was still inside. So that means it wasn't the past in the previous vision. That would have been Biggs. And who we were piloting was either Sid or...
the Exarch.
Would it have been the Exarch? No, because he wouldn't have been awakened yet if Biggs was still alive, because they all died of old age.
Oh, you're right.
So it would have been Wedge. It would have been Wedge. It's either Sid or Wedge who was the small.
Whoever we were in was full height.
They could have been standing on a chair. They
had long arms. We saw arms and hands.
Did they have long arms? When did that happen? There was when did that happen? We woke up. Here we go. It was.
Kyle, we've got a video on YouTube.
Yeah, we could pull up our own video. I was gonna pull up the source video, but yeah, we could pull up our own YouTube video. That'd be good advertising. Yeah.
Oh my word.
I mean, is that why the robe is up on the hand quite a bit? Is it Wedge? No, it kind of looks like a human hand. So I don't know. Sid's not really one to wear robes, but. And
again, though, if the Exarch was the trigger, why are we seeing that?
Is this the alternate reality where Nero died and that's why Biggs is wearing his sunglasses? Nero dies and Biggs is for Nero.
I'm gonna drop the braids and I'm gonna wear these sunglasses.
Put them on.
Wild, man.
Yeah. Oh, someone said it's a son. I mean, I guess it could be Biggs' son, right? If we're okay, so the past was a red herring. That was to throw us off because
so it's the future.
It was the future, right? So and that future was free of us, right? Because we were already missing because we had already gone to the first. Yes.
No, because he wanted to bring us to the first to change history. We never went to the first originally.
So we died of old age? Or where were we in the time, in the other... Are we talking about another time dimension, or are we talking about the future of our world?
We died to essentially 8th Calamity or maybe Black Rose. What Oriange told us was true. It just wasn't he who saw it. It was Grahatia that knew about what went down.
That's right. Yeah, because we take the Oriange vision and we plug it into Crystal Exarch story because that's actually Crystal Exarch.
It's still true. It's just Oriange didn't see it.
Cool.
He was simply relaying information that was told to him by Grahatia.
That was I just had to be sure if we were dealing with alternate timeline or was it a timeline that has become another universe? You know what I mean? That sometimes timelines.
Oh, well, if he's talking about Grahatia having if Oriange is worried about Grahatia having no longer existing because of a paradox, I think we're going with classic time travel paradox where we're not worried about string theory.
Yeah, that was my concern as we were dealing with that. But it sounds like we have one universe, one source, and we're dealing with a time travel timeline.
Yes, I'd also like to apologize to our mods. I see a lot of explosions and murder and axe swinging over there. So, again, are you
mods.
being banned or timed out? Join our Discord. We have a spoiler channel.
We do.
We implore you. We advertise that you go there to openly talk spoilers that are happening about our stream in real time. You can go there right now. People are talking spoilers. I can't wait to go there when we're caught up. Just open it, by the way. And dude, that is a treasure trove of content. How far back can we go? Does Discord ever get rid of shit? We should have been collecting this.
Does it?
We should have someone collecting this in the
We
background.
should review it on stream.
There's a treasure trove of videos where we go back and we just read through people's spoiler reacting to our dumb asses trying to figure out what's going on. It's eternal wonderful. Then we'll go back. We're gonna do our first video about like Nidhogg. We'll go back to people having spoiler chat when we fought Nidhogg. Sorry. I'm really excited about the day that I'll be able to go and read our own spoiler Discord. Do not edit yourselves. If you're making fun of me, I want to see it.
Cool. So we died. When that alternate timeline, we died to Black Rose. People continued on. Perfect. Okay.
Yep, we never made it to the first. So
Awesome.
This is Grahatia from the future, which is why the Crystal Tower is still there on the source.
Right, because we haven't reached
Because in
that
our
point.
time, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. So I guess it's still technically string theory, because anyway.
No, it's Terminator rules in a sense, right? Because
or Back to the Future.
you can change the future. Yeah. But yeah, it's not like you go to the timeline, you change dimensions. That was my concern. And I prefer Terminator rules or Back to the Future rules over Loki rules.
Gotcha. Okay. God, I could watch Loki again. I know you didn't like it, but I loved it.
I just wanted more world building. I thought it was a fun show. I just wanted more, like, buddy
Absolutely,
cop.
absolutely loved it.
I wanted them to pay up the big bucks so I could see Lightning McQueen and Loki hang out for a long time. I love seeing Oriange overwhelmed. That might be my favorite part of the whole expansion. It's just time travel.
It's pretty good, right?
Time travel is too much for Oriange. He'll deal with.
It's pretty freaking good, right?
He'll send people to, the fur. He'll mess with Menphilia's whole future, but tell him.
Dude, can you believe people wanted us to do all this last stream? Like, we would have been up till 5 or 6 a.m.
That would have been insane. Yeah, exactly. It's fun to see the smart guy stump. Yeah, well said.